My name is Bill Woodrum. I'm the program coordinator for the agricultural innovations effort at the Robert C. Byrd Institute for Advanced Flexible Manufacturing. As people know, the Robert C. Byrd Institute has been operating for 25 years and is really known for helping industry, especially small and mid-sized manufacturers, to have success in their field. My new program, the Agricultural Innovations effort, tries to take the technology and processes that people commonly think of being used in manufacturing and transition that into our agricultural economy. So we're working with a variety of people across the state to bring in agricultural technology. We look at innovative practices like lean manufacturing and what applications that might have in agriculture. We look to spur new products and bring actually agricultural entrepreneurs into the manufacturing economy by helping them bring new products to market. Additionally, we work with the value supply chain effort to connect the growers who are producing our food, farmers, greenhouse owners, with the markets that they need to sell it. We try and help them to get their products to the market in time in the most efficient and effective way to maximize their profits. One of the newest technology projects we've worked with are the Mandy and Kirk Curry and Healthy Kids Incorporated that we're talking about here today. They have a great project that is a seed-to-table meal planner and really helps bring healthy eating to the families in a very manageable and efficient way. So we're excited about all these products that we're helping West Virginia entrepreneurs bring to market.
I'm Mandy Curry, and I'm the co-founder of Healthy Kids Inc. And we started Healthy Kids Inc. a couple of years ago, actually about 5 years ago. We started it very small. It was just started out as a blog and just a way for us to get to connect with other families and really kind of feel and hear what their challenges were with healthy eating. And we too were also kind of going through that same transition as well. So we were using that and then also started to began to hear what the challenges were with families. And the families were having challenges with just being too busy and working and trying to juggle work and kids and sports and finding that healthy eating just was always kind of on the back burner. And so as we were figuring it out, we were also starting to help other families too. And then hence, Healthy Kids Inc. came alive after that. And so we built a product that would overcome all of those objections. So we help families with what to cook, because knowing what's healthy is a bit, subjective. Everybody kind of has a different thought as to what's healthy. So we actually work with a registered dietitian on all of our meal plans. So we have a little over 300 recipes on our site. They all have been analyzed by a registered dietitian. They all contain nutrition analysis on each of those. We also then worked with the families on a prep because we feel like that prep is really important. That meal planning and that meal prep is critical to pulling off healthy meals on a busy night. So we actually recorded a video for all of our 52 meal plans. We recorded a prep video for each of them, and it shows them, okay, here's how you can package and prepare, and here's what you can do in advance to really cut your cooking time down in advance. And those are about 5-minute videos that we have for each of the weeks. And then the third piece is we actually brought a chef into our home and we filmed him cooking every recipe on our site. And that took quite some time, obviously, to be able to pull off, but it was a local chef from here in Huntington, and it was great to be able to feature him. And he worked right alongside Jamie Oliver when Jamie Oliver was here for the Food Revolution. So he has really good experience. He's led hundreds of cooking classes. So he's great on camera. He's just really good with explaining, why we're pairing certain things together and how to pull it off and how in the right cooking application.
We're going to carefully lift, pour this into a bowl. Turn your pan to the heat.
So my husband and I, our background, his background is environmental consulting. And so he has the science background, he's the detail person. My background has been business and banking for 20 years. And so we were both, again, just like many families, just working in that corporate field, very busy ourselves, our kids were little. And so we just started to have a real interest in healthy eating ourselves because we were completely on the other end of it. I mean, we were not eating good, our kids were eating terrible, we were eating terrible. I mean, everything we made could be made or heated in 3 minutes or less. I mean, everything was frozen chicken nuggets, it was microwave mac and cheese. I mean, if it took more than 5 minutes, we weren't even starting it. So, so everything was very simple. Everything was very fast for us, which meant it wasn't very healthy. And so from that, then we decided we got on this transition to change. He became also our videographer for the business, our tech guru, which has been awesome. And so, yeah, about 3 years ago, he left corporate to pursue the business full time. And then about a year ago is when I pulled out of corporate. So we've both been full time on the business for about a year. We're learning all about, the internet and internet marketing and video and just the, health and nutrition. So we make sure that we partner with the right people that helped along the way. So 2 years ago, we launched a second business called Start a Garden. And so Start a Garden was using a similar mantra. Our whole goal is to use technology to make difficult things very easy for families. So with our Healthy Kids Inc., our meal planner makes it to where meal planning can just happen in minutes. We do all the work for you, you just drag recipes over, your shopping list populates. It even tells you when to purchase organic within your shopping list if it's an item that's on the Dirty Dozen. So we really just try to simplify the whole process of meal planning because we believe meal planning is the key to really pulling off your healthy week. Well, then we also started Start a Garden, and it uses the same type of technology. We're trying to make gardening very simple for families because we know that's why most people don't garden and they don't cook is because they're afraid to fail. So we made it fail-proof. So Start a Garden, then it's we have all the algorithms and calculations on the back end. So a user just simply goes onto the website and they put their zip code, and the zip code will tell us what their growing zone is. They tell us if they're planting indoor or outdoor, and then they tell us how big of a container that they're going to be growing in. We all have those containers. It might be that 5-gallon bucket, or it might be, your grandmother's old, planter box. But so many of us seem to have those containers on hand, so all you have to do is just simply pick the size of your container, and then we do all the back-end work to tell you exactly all the plants that you can plant in that size of a container, just to make it super simple for them. Or if they say, okay, I want to plant kale, then we'll say, okay, here's all the containers that you can use to plant it. Then they go to the next step, and then we'll tell them exactly when they can get started planting, because sometimes it's obviously, depending on your growing zone, it might not be the right time. And then we show them step by step how to do it, common errors, things to watch out for, and then we bring the videos into and we show them exactly this is how you start from seed, this is how you transplant, this is how you water, and we really make that process super simple for them. So that business launched it actually launched we built it, spent about a year building it. It launched last year. It launched in February of last year, of 2015. And we already have 8,000 different vegetable containers that have been started using that platform. And it has had great recognition. It's been featured, an article featured in Fortune, on Huffington Post. I mean, it's really fun because it just makes the process so simple. So we have been working with the Robert C. Byrd Institute on the next phase, which is combining the two. So what we're doing is we're actually going to show families then how to grow the foods in their meal planner. And so they were, the two technologies existed on separate platforms. Robert C. Byrd Institute has helped us then to be able to pull those together onto one platform so that we can now close the loop from seed to table. We'll show families and kids how to grow their own food, where their food really comes from, and to be a part of that entire process.
The Currys came to us with the Healthy Kids Inc. project through our Agricultural Innovations yearly competition called the Vanguard Agriculture Contest. They applied as an innovative agricultural product from the state of West Virginia that wanted to go to market. They were chosen from a field of applicants, and what over the next year they'll be provided with is technical assistance in marketing, in product development, in a variety of things, specific to their needs for their platform to get the two platforms integrated and moving from seed to table. So we're working with them on everything from the basic data coding all the way up through how do we market, how do we design your logo and your websites so that everything looks professional, looks well done. So that's, again, a form of our seed grant funding that provides direct assistance to entrepreneurs and allows them access to professionals in fields that they may not have access to if it wasn't for RCBI and our connections.
So we're helping families, families who are going through a weight management clinic. We help them, we have the tool that helps them. Other folks who are talking about nutrition and about healthy eating, the great thing is that we have the tool that makes that easy and supports what they're doing. So now a registered dietitian doesn't have to sit down and do a meal plan for their patients. Our tool can serve as that resource for them. And I think that's what makes us really different is we are a tool, and it makes that process so simple for families. And really, regardless of the budget, they're going to find that this meal planner helps them. If they are on a budget, we have meals that are very budget friendly, so it helps in that respect. And then, of course, the gardening is that other layer on top of it that's going to really help, too, from a budget perspective. Now they're going to be able to start growing their own food, and they're going to see that their grocery bill can really decrease by as much as 25% once they start growing their own food. And then, we always hear the common challenge, and we hear this too from the gardening side is, okay, now I have all this zucchini, what do I do with it? And so they have zucchini coming out of their ears and they don't know how to, what recipes to make with it. So that's why tying these two together makes it very simple. So our technology will actually time it. So once they start growing their zucchini, we'll know exactly how long that process takes. Once it's time to harvest, then we'll start to be able to program their suggested recipes for the week to start to include that zucchini. That way it just happens for them and they can quickly select that recipe and plug it into their meal plan. And that's the beauty of technology, is that now you can use technology to make those types of things really, really simple. So where in the past, it might take an hour or 2 hours just to go on to research, okay, how do I grow kale? And what container? And what's the best way? And now we've done all that for them and it just happens in really 30 seconds. They can have everything they need to be able to plant kale and get started. You can just imagine how difficult then it would be for a family who isn't in that field to be able to figure all this out too. So as we continue to learn it, we simplify it then and make it easy for the family based on our experience. The great thing with Kirk, who is also the co-founder of the business, is, we have the video background now. He also has that tech background and the science background that he has. He's also a master gardener as well. So he's the detail person. The last year has been a new opportunity for us because we launched what we call that interactive meal planner. That just launched in August. So since that time, things have just been incredible for us and continue to grow really well. And so now, in April, we'll be launching the phase 2, which is the combined meal planner with Start a Garden. And this is the future of us. There's no other meal planner like that in the country. So we are excited that we are showing families how to grow their own food. Many meal planners are transitioning in a different direction, but we believe that it's very important to get back to your roots because there are so many lessons that can be learned in the garden and just around the dinner table and while you're cooking, and that's what we're really trying to work to get parents back to that point. But staying true to our mission, which is to make it super simple for them. And we know that parents will be overwhelmed if they think, oh my gosh, now I've got a garden, to add that to my list of things to do. So we have, our goal is to make that then super simple so it's not overwhelming, that it actually is very fun. We have both an online presence and then also a local presence too. And our goal has really been to, while we do serve families across the country, our heart is here in West Virginia and this tri-state area to be able to help these local families. And so that's what we spend a lot of time on as well, is how can we make a difference in our home state. West Virginia is the second unhealthiest state in the nation. So we have a real interest in wanting to help and be a part of that to really turn that tide. So we've been working a lot locally in West Virginia on that. We actually use the chef on our cooking videos within the meal planner. On our YouTube station though, it's oftentimes just me and my kids or me and other kids or whatever kids that want to be a part of it. But we like to show that. We like to show that it's fun to get kids on camera. It isn't always perfect. We've had situations where I always love to test new things on camera and just to show that it's real. It's, and because parents are always skeptical, oh, I'm sure, your kids wouldn't possibly eat that. So we try it. We try new recipes on camera. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they only work with one kid and they don't work with the other. And that's just a part of the journey. We can't expect that it's going to be perfect all the time, but the whole process is that you just keep trying, new foods, and eventually they get to where they accept the new foods and they start to really like them. But I think sometimes we also, as parents, just get very disappointed if it doesn't happen right off the bat. So many of those videos are just to show it's a journey. It's a journey and we just keep on trying. So we're going to be doing that as well to see which one the kids like, which flavor they like best, and if they like it warm or if they like it cold. Every day, it's usually anywhere between 2 to 5 new YouTube subscribers a day, and it continues to grow. We have a series, we have a couple of strategies on YouTube. One, we've done an interview style strategy where we meet with different, where we're talking with different people, we're talking with folks about their different strategies for healthy eating, those types of things. And then we also just have the kids on camera, or sometimes it might just be us just featuring a new recipe. So we have a couple of different strategies for that. Our most popular video on YouTube is really, generally it's meal prep. It's meal prep and planning. So I think we have one of our videos on YouTube has 20-some thousand views, and it's meal prep. That's what they want to see. How do you prep your meals for the whole week? And in that case, it was just a matter of, going out to, I think we actually in that video hit a couple of farmers markets, brought all the produce back, and then prepped and organized everything that we needed, and we showed all that on camera. So that was a very popular one. We also did one where it was a refrigerator makeover. It was, coming back from the grocery store after buying all of your food for the week, and you just throw it in the grocery store, you throw it in your refrigerator, and what a disaster that looks like. And then you get overwhelmed and you find that you don't really have time to make any of it, and it just goes to waste. So we showed the flip side, where you come back and same groceries, that you prep and organize them, and then you have it all neatly organized so that Monday you know exactly what it takes to pull off that meal. Tuesday you know exactly what it takes to pull off that meal. And then there's no reason to eat out because everything is already kind of ready for you. You've already chopped it, you've already done all the heavy lifting. Now you just have to come home and just throw it together very quickly. And usually you could do that in about 15 to 20 minutes, and you've got a really healthy meal. So that we like to show those real life, transformations of just how easy that prep can be, and what a powerful thing that is for your week too.
Yeah, a lot of people ask why RCBI is involved in agriculture, and it's because agriculture, while it's one of the oldest economies in the world, it is also a new and emerging opportunity here in West Virginia. West Virginians consume about $7 billion worth of food per year, but we only produce about 500 million. So that leaves about $6.5 billion on the table that if we can grow even a small component of that, we can have massive impact on the economy of West Virginia.
So as we take our business to this next level, we are so grateful for the Robert C. Byrd Institute to be able to help us along that way. They've helped us, the Innovate Her competition, which is a local competition that they had in West Virginia. We were so proud to be the recipient of that award, and that's really helping us with a lot of the tech support. And as you know, this is a very tech-heavy business. There's a lot of back-end work that goes into making all this happen and making it super simple for families. So we are incredibly grateful for their support. They also have helped us in the form of an ag award as well, which now is helping us with the integration of the Start a Garden planner. So they truly see the benefit of the seed to table meal planner, and they're helping us along the way, and it's just been incredible. We wouldn't have been able to grow at this level without their support and their help.
We're really excited. The Currys are a great example of West Virginia entrepreneurs who are bringing new and exciting products to market. It's the reason that RCBI is supporting people in these type of products. The Claude Worthington Benedum Foundation had a vision for working with RCBI and funded this project to help people just like Kirk and Mandy. It's entrepreneurs who have a great idea, who want to get to market and need a little bit of help, and we think with a little bit of help up front on their project, we can really have a great impact on the future economy of West Virginia.